Joining us in studio now is another member of the Youth Power Group, and this time we have with us Yannick Charles, who's a youth assistant. Yannick, first of all, welcome to Calabash TV. Talk to us about you and your involvement with the group. What exactly has the group done for you as a member of the YPG?
Well, I'd like to say good day to all those who are watching us at Calabash TV. Good day to you. And I've been a member in the YPG over, you can say, 3 years, but before coming to the YPG, what really brought me is that I used to have a cousin that used to be a member of the YPG, and she used to go there every Sunday, and I used to wonder, like, every Sunday she tell me she go in there and she used to come back with that kind of excitement, like, and I used to wonder, like, oh, my friend, every time she come back she used to speak about what happened. They used to go out and they used to have activities, and I used to go through many problems there in my house because of me and my father used to always be in fighting. I used to always be fighting with my father, and many times my father attempted to kill me, so I wanted to get rid of this problem. So one day they had a football tournament, and she invited me to come. So I was a footballer, and I was like, they call like ball hog, guys are that kind of style from football. So I came to play the football, and then it really attracted me that the team was organized and there were many guys in the team. So I stayed, and I came on a Sunday, and I spoke to one of the leaders that I was going for a problem, because my problem is that before I came to the YPG, I used to be like some boy that was very, very, very depressed, because like I told you, me and my father used to always be in family problems, and through that my father once put me out. So that was, I ended up following like bad company, going and live in a ghetto, following bad company. That's when I ended up getting to be addicted to alcohol, addicted to marijuana. Many times I was in like gang violence, fights, and I almost lose my life. Guys put gun in my head to kill me already, and it was a very, very bad situation I was going through. Also, it also led to a time that once I was going through a terrible depression, also had suicidal thoughts. Once I had nothing to do, so a guy gave me some work to do. I had to go and like spray grass. So when I saw the poison, like, you have to put poison in the machine for you to spray the grass. So I said to him, I said, if I open this poison, that I'm going to drink it. That's how bad the situation was in my life. I wanted to kill myself, so I just sprayed the grass, without no poison, and the guy never paid me. So I wanted to beat him, but it was all my fault because I never sprayed the grass. But that was to show how bad it was with me, with the suicide thoughts. And I also suffer with anger problems because of my father. Anybody that would speak to me, I would get vexed, and then I don't want to fight if you, I don't want to beat you. So all this used to like make people to draw far from me, make people like to despise me because of who I am. So in the community I used to be like despised by others. So but after coming to the YPG, I thought that nobody wouldn't take me for who I am. But after coming to YPG, I came through the football, through the sports, because in YPG we work with sports, like, because many young guys in the country, like from the ghettos, they like football. So that's one of the ways that we work with sports to get them once they come for the football, and after that we give them a wood. So when I came for the football, I spoke to the leader, and then he helped me. He tell me he's going to help me. So from there I started coming on Sundays, and then they had dancing. So I was a guy that liked to party also. Every Friday I used to go out to parties. So they had activities of like, they have different dancing and stuff. So that attract me. So I stayed there, and I used to take part in the activities, and I'd like to go out also. They used to go send it out to the Pigeon Island, a trip to the Piton, events. So I used to be excited about it. And whilst I was coming in, my life began to change. I used to get the counseling, a word that used to help me, and I was free from the addiction. I'm free from suicidal thoughts. Me and my father today, we have a good relationship. Me and my family have a good relationship. And today in the YPG, I help young people that going through the same situation with me, like that was addicted, that was in gangs, that was suicidal. So today I help young people. Even what there was that, I believe Monday, I spoke to a young guy. He came to me, and then he was telling me that I saw him passing, and he was in a rush. So I asked him what's wrong with him. So he told me he was just in a fight with his family. And then I spoke to him. He told me him and his brother always fighting, and he in that kind of gang that people is looking for him. So he be walking everywhere in town, and he have to be watching all over his back. So I spoke to him and I told him like, come to see me because there is a way out that can help him, and then he have to come back to me. So what changed inside of me, like this as we have in this event, break of the silence, inside of me was like a before I came to IPG, like you could have seen this event like this like helped me breaking up the silence, because inside of me was this silence, like this depression, this anger, and like nobody had also like the coordinator spoke about low self-esteem. I had this called a low self-esteem, and I wouldn't speak to nobody about my problems. I would keep everything inside. I would keep grudges inside of me towards people. I would add anger. So inside of me was like just messed up, understand? But after I spoke out, so I let out the silence that was inside of me, and then today I'm free. Today I'm happy. I enjoy being the YPG.
Now, give us an idea in terms of the transition. Once you first got to the group and you attended a couple of sessions, at what point did the changes start to happen in your life?
Well, there were people that was there, some youth members that was there, two they are leaders, they was there before me, and then I started hearing the testimonies, what they were going through. Some of them were going through worse things than me, and then they said that they were free. So I was wondering, like, if that person got free, then I can have it can happen with me. So every Sunday in our youth meetings, we had like people giving testimonies, and then after the event, we have the youth coming, they have drama, dancing, and after everything on a Sunday, they would pass a word, of encouragement, how to overcome, and I used to take it for myself. I used to say that, I can do it. But what really changed is when I build my self-esteem, when I build that esteem inside of me, that I used to say to myself, I can do it. Understand? I used to put inside of me that I can be free from this suicide thoughts. So when my inside of me start to develop, that's when I really like begin to change.
I suppose, as you mentioned, you gave us a story earlier on about a young man that you've spoken to. Since you've had the experience, how much are you reaching out? How are you reaching out to other young persons in your community who may be going through the same kind of experiences?
Well, I reach through a lot of young people, especially young guys, because I work also with sports. And then when I go out in the communities, like on a Sunday, after the youth meeting, we have football. So always I go out to bring young guys for football. So after that, I put them together and I speak to them, and most of them after they come to me, because sometimes some of them come for football, and you see they looking so happy in the community they live. They look like they active, and they kind of like somebody that like to get trouble. They look like happy because in front of people. But when I invite them for the football, they come, they play football. But when I start to speak to them about what I went through, my testimony, so many of them start to open up, and even I myself start to see like, oh, this guy came and he was so noisy, and then look what he's going through. So sometimes the youth, they hide their problems behind, they try to be that troublemaker. Sometimes they go from at home, but in the community, they in school also, many youths in school, they be there giving trouble, giving the tears trouble. But really inside of this youth, they just want attention from people, understand? Because they're going through problems in their house or whatever that they're going through the problem. So they're looking for that attention. So that's why sometimes you hear that youth is a troublemaker, attention, that they're really trying to seek of help for somebody, but they don't know how. But when they come that we help them in that way. After we play with them, it's a way to bring them close to us. So once they get close to us now, they can open themselves, and really we know what they're going through, and then that's how we can help them.
So you had no regrets since you became part of the group?
No regrets. I even wish I would joined earlier.
Okay. Now, on the lighter side, you mentioned music and so on. So what kind of music do you guys dance to?
Well, we have different kind of music, like our music not is like positive music that the youth like there. Sometimes we have different groups. We have our dance group, which is like street dancing. So we have like our instrumental beats where they dance, because like we said, we're not really like into pure like really religion. So they have some music that is out there that is not how you can say
wholesome.
Yeah, understand. So they have this music also. We have our dance, like what the girls do, like something like ballet. So they do the dancing. Okay. So we have different type of
appropriate music.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I know there are some music that can have a lot of violent lyrics and those kind of things. So that kind of music is just positive music.
Yeah, positive.
All right. Well, Yannick, we really appreciate your testimony and your experience, and this is your opportunity to invite other young persons, young guys who are watching, to be part of the event on the 15th of September.
Yeah. So I want to say to all those who are watching us, especially those maybe from the ghetto, those maybe at boys training center, those maybe started even watching us at prison, you know, for this event, because it's going to be an event that's going to help them a lot, because like the event is breaking off the silence. Like I said, that many youths inside of them, they keep everything inside, so that's where they keep, like, it's silent. Outside they show that, you know, they are happy person, but inside of them they not. So maybe you're looking at you're watching us right now, and you know that you are going through these problems. This youth can come in this event, and after they can even speak to us, because I will be there, and all of us, the leaders, will be there in that event to help that youth understand. Like we said, we're going to have a match in silence, and afterwards we're going to have the event. We're going to have activities for the youth. We're going to have many different activities. So we want everybody to come out in large numbers to support. Also, even those who out there, they know they have children, maybe not going for it, but they have children out there, or somewhere that know of somewhere that is going, help that person and invite them for that event, because once they come to that event, they will not live the same way, but they will live with a different mind.
Yannick, I want to thank you for your story and also your inspiration, and wish you all the best.
Yes, thank you very much.
We are joined now by the final member of the Youth Power Group, who's here in studio with us to talk about an event that's coming up on the 15th of September, which is the Help Break the Silence, and it's taking place at the VG Sports Complex. We welcome to our studio Mariah Vitalis. Mariah, welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Good. So, Mariah, when did you and how did you first hear of the Youth Power Group?
I heard of the youth group through my mother. She invited me to come because of the way I was acting at home. I was very closed up. I couldn't speak to anyone because I had a very low self-esteem. I didn't believe in myself, so she invited me to come to the youth group.
Mm-hmm. So at the time, were you part of any organizations? So were there any groups that you thought you could have spoken to but you didn't reach out to?
No.
There was nobody at all?
No. I didn't know of any groups at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So you basically just stayed home?
Yes. Went to school, come back.
Mm-hmm.
That was how my life was before the YPG.
But even at school, did you have friends that you spoke to, or were there any kind of groups in schools that you thought could have worked with you?
I had friends, but most of my friends changed because I had a problem with making friends. I couldn't trust anybody because of how I was. And because of my, well, like I said, my low self-esteem, I tried to join groups. I was too shy to do anything. I tried to join choir, I dropped out. Young leaders dropped out. So I was not in any group.
Mm-hmm. So how was this group different?
When I came, I thought it was just like a church thing. So I didn't really want to come. But when I came, one of the things that stood out was everybody was so friendly. When I went to join groups at my school, usually I was by myself. Like nobody will come and say, hi, how are you? When I came to the youth group, like they pulled me, and it was so uncomfortable because I was so shy. I didn't want to speak, and they pulled me, like they forced me to open up. It was different because they were so like into me. It was like I was so interesting. I was like, I'm not interesting. Why they so, why they so interested in knowing about me? So it was different. And like I said, I tried to join choir at school because I like to sing, but I was so shy. And they found out I like to sing. So that was something they used to get me to get involved in the youth group.
Oh, so you're part of the choir now?
I sing.
You sing with the
Yes.
group, okay. Now, so give us an idea, that period that you just described there, how long did it take you to start to see a difference in your life?
It took a while.
A while.
Because of how shy I was. But when I continued coming, I got people to speak to, because at home I felt like my family didn't love me, so I pushed them away, and that's why I was so, down and depressed. But when I got help, it was different. That's when I started to open up, and the shyness gradually it went. But I still had doubts, like in me, like I couldn't do anything. That took a while, but eventually I overcame it.
So it took a while, but what kept you coming back?
The singing
Okay.
and how friendly and how different the people were, because they were like a family. You know, like they just embraced me. It was so different. So I kept coming back because every time there was a different activity, and every time you came, it's like, okay, Mariah, I need you to do this, I need you to do that. They kept me busy, so that's why I kept coming back.
So how different are things at home now?
Very different. I love my family. I'm very close to my family now. I'm different. I'm not shy anymore, because if I was shy, I wouldn't be speaking to you now. I don't have a low self-esteem. I believe in myself now.
So you're not locked up in your room anymore?
No. I go out everywhere. Always in the YPG, always ready to help with something new.
And at school, how different are things at school?
I left school already.
Oh, you're out of
but
school now? Okay.
Yes, things were different in school. My grades went back up because my grades were down. So, yes, things were very different in school.
Okay. So I'm sure you know other persons probably who may be experiencing the same thing. How do you convince them that they ought to be part of the YPG and have the same experience that you have had?
Well, when you need help, you need to take the first step. You cannot just remain the same. You cannot expect somebody to know what you're going through if you keep yourself closed up. So my advice is to take the first step and seek for help. Even in the YPG, when you come, it will be different because we are ready to help anyone, any situation. In my 6 years coming to the youth group, I've seen many changes in youths that were in gangs, youths that were tormented, youths that were just like me, have a low self-esteem, they didn't believe in themselves, and now they are totally changed. Yes.
Now you did mention that your mom was the one who asked you to join the group. So there is a role as well for persons who know of other persons who have issues, because sometimes the group can't appeal directly to the person who's troubled. But you're saying that if there's somebody who knows somebody who has those issues, they should make contact with the YPG?
Yes. Even the parents too. If the parents know that their daughter, their children, their sons are going through situations like me or like any other youth out there, youths that have violence, anger issues, youths that are tormented, they cannot sleep at night, youths that are abused, my advice is to invite them to the YPG, because there will be a change for sure.
And the YPG is not just in Castries, it's in other parts of St. Lucia as well?
Yes, we have you for Dennery, Soufrière.
Okay, and the objective obviously is to get other communities involved in the YPG as well?
Yes.
So for persons who want to make contact, is there like a online presence, Facebook page or Instagram that they can get the group on as well?
On Facebook, YPG St. Lucia. On Instagram, it's the same thing, YPG St. Lucia. Yes.
And so your advice to young persons, now is it just for persons who are troubled, or do you want all youth to become part of the YPG?
All youths, because we may not be going to the same problems, but different situations. Once it's to better yourself, make yourself a better person, the YPG is the place to come to.
All right, well, Mariah, thanks so much for your time. I know you've been with the group from the start.
Yes.
So you've been with the group the longest.
Yes.
All right, well, congratulations and all the best. And we would like to wish you and the YPG all the best for your event on the 15th of September as well.
Yes, thank you. We're inviting all youths to come down to the event, even teachers too, because teachers are the ones who are daily dealing with youths. So we invite teachers to come to learn how to help with certain situations that youths are going through in schools.
So we've been speaking with members of the YPG, the Youth Power Group, which is based here in St. Lucia. There's a big event that's happening on the 15th of September at the VG Sports Complex. It's the Help Break the Silence event, and we invite, from what time is it starting?
At 1.
From 1 o'clock. So we invite as many St. Lucians as possible to come out to the event. It starts with a silent march, and then obviously there will be a bunch of activities after that. We appreciate your time, Mariah. Thanks a lot.